Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We really appreciate you tuning in today. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, we would love for you and be honored if you'd subscribe to our channel. Hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and then every time we post a video, you will be notified. It helps us get RV content out there into the interwebs, as they say. So today's video is going to be a really exciting video because we have teased about this coach for a long time. We started covering some of the things in last week's video, but today this is going to be all things Newmar Mountain Aire and all the things that we experienced, all the emotional roller coaster, all that good stuff. Do you have anything you want to add?
Well, and if you're tuning in for the first time, just so you know, we are in the process of trading in our fifth wheel Big Blue, a Forest River 39 FKTH for a Newmar Mountain Aire.
A new to us
Class A. So we are going from a fifth wheel to a Class A, taking the jump.
So we got so much stuff to cover in this video, so I think we should quit talking and let's do it. You ready?
All right.
All right, let's roll. So we were super excited to get up here. This process from the time we went to the RV show up to now has been such a great process with DayBros.RV, and Anthony, our salesman, I know we've already said this, but Anthony has been great to work with, and really all the people here at DayBros have been great because, you know, when you're getting ready to make another investment into an RV and stepping up, you have a lot of questions that you want to ask, you know, and for us, we had a lot of questions because going to a Class A from a Riverstone, as we're learning now, some things are the same, but
most things aren't the same.
Most things are not.
For me, it's extremely intimidating. You know, I mean, we did have some electronic things on our fifth wheel, but everything in a Class A, at least this Class A, everything is electronic. So just learning how to navigate things is definitely different than, you know, what we're used to. Yeah, that's for sure. You know, and I remember when we went to the RV show to see it for the first time, I was like, wow, this thing is beautiful. It was in great shape, hardly a scratch on it. It only had 22,000 miles on it. One owner, so the inside is in great shape. But this time when we were pulling in to the parking lot, it was just had a little bit of a different take. It was kind of like, wow, this is going to be ours? Like, what were your thoughts? Well, for one, it became very real, right? I mean, here we are pulling our fifth wheel that we've been pulling for the last 5 years, and as we roll around the corner, we see the Mountain Aire, and it's just like, oh my gosh, you know, this is real. We are doing this.
I was just hoping that Chris would see, you know, the excitement and not go, how much are those tires going to cost? How much is it going to cost to put fuel in this thing? How much is it going to cost to insurance? And cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yes, because I'm definitely the practical one. So those are the things that I think about. I remember having this conversation. You know, you need to look up what the maintenance schedule is and how much it costs a year to maintain a Class A versus a fifth wheel. Because when you do that leap, it's different. But you also have to think about the fact that you are pulling your fifth wheel with a vehicle that also has some maintenance as well. So, you know, there's give and take, but I would say, you know, it is definitely a little more expensive to be in the Class A world, but we are excited. We're looking forward to it, and we are just, yeah, we can't wait to get going.
And the thing about it is we're going to keep you guys posted because you guys have given us an idea for some more future content, and that we want to compare. At some point we'll make a comparable cost analysis between jumping from a fifth wheel to a Class A. I thought that was a great idea because some of that we already know because we've had to jump into it with insurance companies, extended warranty companies, and everybody gets a piece of the action. You know what I mean? So that'll be a future video coming up. But let's talk about this. So when we pulled in the parking lot that day, it was kind of later in the afternoon. It was starting to get cold. We had unloaded a lot of stuff at the house before we got here, purposely so that we wouldn't have a lot to unload when we got here.
And we were also anticipating a lot of rain, and so the last thing we wanted to do is be going back and forth between the campers and the pouring down freezing rain.
Yeah, so that was definitely a good idea. We did that because that's exactly, it didn't rain right away, but boy, it was cold. So I was really glad that we did that. We had 2 suitcases with us, and we bought just enough clothes with us so that we could turn around and get back home again, which was our original plan, which if you watched last week's video, you know that ended up not working out. But I tell you, we were so excited. And the first night that we were here, because we've been staying in here since we've been here, it was kind of like surreal. Like we're walking around like, wow, this is kind of nice, you know, like is this really happening?
It definitely felt like you were staying in somebody else's house, but it was super comfortable.
Yeah. So, and what's funny about, we're going to end up giving you guys, you know, a whole tour of the coach. But here in the Mountain Aire, they have a Select Comfort, right? Select Comfort bed. And I think maybe just me now at this point, I'm still learning what my number is. I don't know what my number is. But all I know is I'm still not sleeping the greatest, so I'm still trying to dial in that number. But it's like a glorified, you know, fancy Aire mattress.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're learning, you know, it's definitely a little shorter than the traditional king bed that we sleep in at home. But for me, you know, it's been fine. The first night was definitely, I think for me, the first night was all the thoughts of, oh my gosh, you know, when you're buying a used RV, it's a little different than brand new because you don't have that first year warranty. And so you're thinking about if this doesn't work and that doesn't work, and oh my gosh, we're going to be 5.5 hours away from the dealership, and you know, just all the things are spinning through my head. So I think I might have maybe got a couple hours of sleep straight, but my mind was all through the night just thinking about the things, because that's the way I work. And he's of course thinking about how great and exciting and all the fun things.
A tale of two worlds.
Yeah.
But no, really what was great though is that we were on the lot, right? So we could start, and here's something, like if you ever go make this big of a jump or even to a fifth wheel and you get a chance to stay on the lot, get out your phone and start making the list, which is exactly, you know, what we did. I mean, obviously when we got here and we walked in here, it was pristine. It was super clean on the outside, super clean on the inside, but it's an RV, right? At the end of the day, it's still an RV, and there are still some things that probably, you know, things happen. So like right off the bat for us, we didn't know this coach has heated tile floors throughout. And I've never had heated tile floors, and Chris has, so we had our shoes on and we're like, hey, we should take our shoes off and check that out. Well, as we walked, we learned that in this front living area, it wasn't working. It was ice cold because it was 20 degrees outside. So it was like ice skating rink in here, literally. It was cold compared to the back. So we wrote that down on our list, and then you did some more investigating.
Yes, so we've got a really nice induction cooktop, and I, you know, as I open it up, I'm like, this looks brand new, like these people never used it. And when I pushed the power button on, it was like nothing. Push the power button on, nothing. Honey, you come over here, you check this out. Nothing. And then we'd read that they were portable, so you could take it out and you could use it outside as well. And man, that thing was stuck in there solid. Yes, so I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this doesn't work. What's going on?
But it was super clean.
It was super clean.
You could tell it was never used, probably. So we wrote that down on our list. And then we couldn't get the TV to come on in the master bedroom, and we didn't know, what was going on. That was on our list. So we got up the next day, and what?
And that's, and it's like you start thinking, okay, what are all the things that you don't know, right? Okay, these are the things that we know, but you don't know what you don't know, right? And that's why I was losing sleep. So
Chris is like, we're running the dishwasher, we're running the washer, the dryer, we're gonna run everything, whether we need to run or not, because like she said, once you pull off this lot, You know, we're 5.5 hours away from here, so it's not like we can turn around and come back, you know, in an hour or two or whatever, which is a good point. So when you're jumping to a new RV, it is really good that you test everything out, you know, and make sure everything is working. And you know what? So that next morning, we got up and everybody was already here, you know, Anthony, and they were all like, how'd you sleep last night, you know, and just checking in with us and say, hey, we have this punch list, you know, and they absolutely, I tell you what.
They jumped right on it.
Right on it. And they started right off the bat looking at the TV and the floors were the first two things. Come to find out, it was a GFI receptacle, easy fix. They showed us where that was, so that if it ever happens, we could fix that. But the TV, however, just decided to die. But so you know what they did? They went out and got another TV, swapped it out, and it was a done deal. And then everything else that we've had, you know, all the techs here at DayBros.RV have just been great. They
well, in the oven, you forgot the stove, the cooktop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
well, you were in here for that part.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
So the cooktop ended up being a GFI thing too, and you know, probably when they were testing everything out and had everything going, when they were going through their checklist, a breaker must have, you know, they must have had a lot of stuff on, and so a GFI popped on that. So they got that squared away, and obviously the previous owners probably didn't use it, but it had been sitting in there for so long, pulling it out was a little challenging, but they worked it out, got it out. Now it's an easy in and out. So everything's working. Yeah, everything is working. And then Anthony, our salesman, who you guys have heard us talk over and over about, has just been great. And so he did a very thorough walkthrough with me on just about everything from the inside to the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and play some of that for all you guys who want to know some of the ins and outs and buttons and knobs and engine and all that stuff. So let's roll that and you can watch some of that walkthrough. All right, everybody, we are here with Anthony. You guys may remember him from Buyers Beware video. He is a salesman. He's part owner. No, he's a salesman here at DayBros.RV. He's been just amazing to work with. So thank you, Anthony.
Absolutely.
And he's going to go over anything and everything he could think of here in the Newmar Mountain Aire and just show us how to operate everything.
Yep. So we'll start up front here. So, you know, pretty easy coach to work here. This panel here is strictly for your air leveling. So, of course, when you guys get ready to go tomorrow, you start the coach, bring all your jacks up from this panel here. Just the auto store button will level, or not level, but bring all the jacks up. Put the coach in travel mode, and you can kind of hear it there. It'll push air and pull air to keep the body of the coach level itself. But travel mode is what you'll want to be in going down the road, of course. This leveling button here, got to give it just a second to stop leveling through the travel mode. While that's doing that, this panel here, it's just like the Riverstone essentially. Auto level, puts the jacks down, levels the coach by itself. Of course, you can individually do the jacks here. Of course, Allison pad here, you've got reverse, neutral, drive. The modes, and you'll see on this screen here, is just a eco mode and a regular mode. Of course, eco mode is supposedly a little better fuel mileage. The up and down arrow, you can manually shift, or not really manually shift, but select the gears. If you start to go up some big crazy mountain out west, you could always bump it down a gear, you know, pull the hill a little bit better. And then you'll have camera system here, so she can tell you exactly what to do.
Yeah, she likes doing that.
Yep, you've got your camera system, you've got your navigation, so you could do it either way. You know, if she wants to keep an eye on the cameras there, she can pick between left, right, back, side, whatever. And then your navigation, of course, just put in your destination, and it works just like, you know, the navigation.
Okay, do you know, like, this is Rand McNally, you said?
Yes, yeah, Rand McNally.
So, do you know, like, can you enter in, like, the size and length?
Absolutely. So this is connected to all the Silverleaf system. These are just the smaller panels throughout the coach itself. All your lighting, on, off. Of course, dim everything down just by dragging that. Ceiling lights, bathroom lights, bedroom lights, accent lights. All lights on, all lights off. I know you asked me about that. There it is.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, I know.
And then just hold it, of course, to brighten everything back up. Or just hit on, of course, turns everything back on. Shades, kitchen, living room day shades, kitchen, living room night shades.
So tell everybody what engine this is and the horsepower. Right?
This is a 500 horsepower Cummins.
Nice.
Yep.
500 horses.
Absolutely.
That's when you guaranteed me, how much was it? 25, 50 miles an hour?
25, 30, something like that. Should probably do it. The water connection here, of course, it's on this power cord drill. You just pull it out. Normal water hookup. Then just reel back in there. Outside shower, hot and cold. Hang it here, however you want to do it. This is the wrench for the whole house water filter, which there's a brand new filter in there. That'll filter all the water coming in the coach through the city water. All of these valves here are just low point drains that'll drain all of your water systems there. Black tank flush, which of course just what it says. You know, you hook a water hose in here, you can dump your black tank, hook a water hose up, flush everything out through that way there. This RV SantaCon is that macerator system there. This valve will go through this tank here, which this big block is the macerator. That's the pump and the grinder in there. So if you wanted to use it, of course, there's what the end of it looks like.
Thank you so much, Anthony, for being such a great salesman. I hope after our experience, I hope he gets 100% raise.
Yeah.
I think we could probably talk Jake into that. Anthony, we'll see what we can do for you, buddy. But he's been awesome. Like even today, he checked on us because, as you guys know, it's been storms. We've had torrential rains,
snow,
35-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and then it went to snow. I mean, it's really something. So like last night, we stayed in it as that front was coming across, and boy, this thing, we got up this morning and the wind was just hitting us broadside, and Anthony's like, "You guys okay over there? You guys making it?" And I didn't know if we lose electricity. He said he lost electricity at his house, but just that's the kind of guy he is. He's just checking in on us, so we definitely appreciate that.
Well, and just a kind of a funny side note too, because obviously, you know, in any new house or new place, there's new sounds, right? And so as the wind gusts were going, it honestly, it sounded like somebody was up on the roof of this RV walking across the top of it. And I'm like, oh, it was the strangest thing. And Michael thought the same thing too. And so we went flying out the door with a flashlight, and we're looking up, and then the wind stopped like right about the same time we walked out the door. And when we came back in, everything quieted down. But then once the winds came back up again, we're like, oh, okay, it's just the wind.
I seriously thought Santa was running late, or he was giving us gifts again.
Oh,
no chimney in this coach, Santa.
But seriously, that's what it sounded like. So it was just a little weird.
Yeah, and so there's so many nice people here at the dealership. So we thought it would be fun to if some of them would sit down and interview with us. And one of the guys that we met at the show, at the RV show, his name is Steven. And he's in charge of all of the IT stuff here. He's also like the social media marketing guy, gets out all their RVs listed on eBay, RV Trader, the website. So, you know, when people like us, which I told him, we have you to thank for this. And Chris is like, yeah, we have you to thank for this. But no, he was just a great guy. So we did a quick interview with him. So let's watch that interview. All right, we are here with Steven. And look at all these computer screens. This guy, you can tell what he does. So he does IT, but I'm going to let him explain what he does here at DayBros.RV.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, this is where the magic happens. If you've ever seen DayBros.RV's products online, this is the mainframe. I'm the computer for our company, essentially. Do a little IT, but mostly focus on our marketing, social media, do some of our events, and making sure that our beautiful motorhomes and campers are online. You know, Kenny, that's a big thing about Kenny, our owner, Mr. Day. He's like, is the inventory for sale? So just making sure I'm in this office in my little closet here, just typing away, making sure the inventory's for sale. So.
Thank you, Steven, so much for doing that interview with us. He is a great guy. And if you go now and you look on their website, he even used some of our pictures sitting at the campground sites that we've been at. So you have to go check that out. He does a great job. Another person that does a great job here is Danielle, who does their financing here. Now, some people may, and maybe it's you even, go, oh, financing. Right? I mean, what do you do when you hear about financing?
I know, you're just waiting for the hard sell, right? Like, what else are they going to throw at us?
But she was great at the RV show when we were at the RV show, and then when we came here, it was no different. She was great to work with, super friendly, quick and painless, and she will not sell you anything that you do not want. She will make you aware of things, and then she gives you the choice. There's no hard sell. I would say the only issue that we had with Danielle the whole time is we could not talk her to getting on a camera.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe I might be the same way. So, but she was awesome, and you know, we appreciate her help through the process.
She was great. Now, here's the deal. Now, you guys, if you're in the market, or you know of someone who's in the market for an amazing, super clean 2020 Riverstone 39 FKTH fifth wheel, boy, have we got a deal for you. So I asked Jake, I said, hey Jake, how can we do something with Day Brothers and the channel where we can make a promotional deal for those who are looking for a fifth wheel, and if you're in that market? He said, hey, I'll put together something, and then let's get back together later and we'll talk about it. So we put together something amazing, and so I'm going to roll that video of Jake saying what the promotion is for somebody if they come in and buy Big Blue.
And
they mention our channel. So I'm going to roll that video right now. All right, we are sitting here with Jake. Some of you may remember him from our last video. Jake, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, great to see you all again.
So we traveled all the way to London. It was really expensive, but it's London, Kentucky, so not that bad. So we got this idea that we've been talking about doing, and I'll let you tell everybody about it, because we dropped off Big Blue. It's a little sad for us, but Big Blue has now become the proud ownership of DayBros.RV. So tell everybody what we got going on.
Oh yeah, so we're very excited to try this. Of course, we're going to have the Big Blue marked at the Riverstone, out on RV Trader, our website, all of our other platforms. We're going to do this, so by mentioning MKexp, the channel, we're going to offer a $500 cashback reward. So whether you want to take it off the sale price or us just hand you $500. So very excited to see how this goes, but definitely by coming in, mentioning the channel, get you $500. So whether it's gas money, fuel, cover a hitch, whichever there, hope to see you, glad to see how this does.
Hey, and in nowadays economy, $500. Did you guys hear that? $500?
Yes.
All right. So thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you guys.
And we're hoping so much that it's only here for a couple weeks, and then it's gone to some amazing people that'll have an amazing adventure.
That's the go. We're going to put a good price on it, so it shouldn't last long.
Awesome. So, and also, like, these guys have so many great RVs out there in their lot, so many coaches. Man, so you got to come see these guys. They will take care of you. Great customer service. Is there anything else you'd like to push, or any other big?
Guys, I have pretty much something for every family, every budget, whether it's travel trailers, fifth wheels, Riverstones, 2020 Mountain Airs, we have it here. So be sure watch the video. Be sure to mention MKexp. We'd be glad to help you.
Absolutely, because you know what's coming up. Tax time.
Yes.
You're going to have that money. You need Big Blue to go adventure with, and I tell you what, maybe we'll autograph it, which is going to add.
There we go.
It'll be priceless.
I like it. Sounds great, guys.
Well, thanks, Jacob. Appreciate it.
Thank you all.